Solve the triangle rounding to 2 decimal places, and we're going to enter degrees after all of our answers because we're solving for 3 angles. So notice we have 3 sides. That's called side, 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 and for that we do want to use law of cosines. So let's start with our first one. We're trying to find angle A. So out of your 3 options for law of cosines, we're going to use the one that has angle A. So that's a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine of a. All right, let's plug everything in. So across from angle A is side A, across from angle B is side B, across from angle C is side C. So 25 squared equals 28 squared plus 17 squared minus 2 times 28 times 17 times cosine of A. So I'm going to get some numbers here. Our goal is to get cosine of A by itself. So I'm going to get some numbers and do 25 squared, which is 625. And then I'm just going to do 28 squared plus 17 squared, which is 1073. Minus, let's do this part, negative 2 times 28 times 17. Negative 2, 28, 17, which is negative 952. So 952, and that's times cosine of A. Now I know you want to subtract those. Do not subtract them. I want you to solve it. I always write it out like it's an x. Okay, I want you to solve like cosine of A is an x. Okay, you wouldn't do 1073 minus 952. We're going to subtract the 1073 from both sides, because when you're solving an equation like that, you always start with add or subtract. So 625 minus 1073, not 2, is negative 448. So negative 448 equals negative 952x. Now what would you do? You would divide both sides by negative 952. Same thing here. We're going to divide both sides by negative 952. And that leaves x, or for us, cosine of A by itself. So negative 448 divided by negative 952 is positive 8 over 17. And I put it as a fraction because you don't want to round till your very last calculation. All right, so now I need to get rid of cosine, and you do that by taking inverse cosine of both sides. Cosine and inverse cosine are opposites. That leaves just A. This we're going to put in the calculator, and we're going to round to 2 decimal places. So for my inverses, I'm going to open up and do inverse cosine of 8 over 17. And I'm going to make sure I'm in degrees, and I am. So 61.93 rounded. Okay. So now I have one angle. Now I can use law of sines because I have an angle and the side across from it. So now I'm going to use law of sines. Hold on, I need more space here. Where I have sine of angle A over side A, and I'm going to solve for angle B. So I'm going to use side B. So let's plug those in. A is 61.93. Side A is 25. I'm solving for angle B, but side B is 28. So now we're going to cross multiply. So 28 times sine of 61.93 equals 25 times sine of B. We're going to get sine of B by itself. So divide both sides by 25. And now I have sine of angle B equals, and I'm not going to round yet. I'm going to put this in just like it is. And my next step is to get rid of sine. I get rid of sine by taking the inverse sine. So inverse sine, that'll leave me with just B. And this is what goes in our calculator. So sine inverse. And now I'm going to type everything in. So notice how I'm not rounding until the very last step. So rounding to 2 decimal places, I get 81.21 degrees. Oops, that should be degrees. Okay, so once you have 2 angles, the third one's not bad, right? They all add to 180. So I'm going to take 180 minus the 2 that I already got, and that'll leave me with the third one. So 180 minus 81.21 minus 61.93. So 36.86 will be my last angle.